For centuries, the wise have repeated the same phrase, know thyself. A simple sentence, yet an immense challenge. We spend years learning about the world. But how much time do we spend learning who we truly are? To know yourself is to embark on the greatest journey, the journey of self-awareness. The Stoics saw this quest as the foundation of all wisdom. Because if you don't know who you are, how could you know what you want? How could you ever control your emotions, your reactions, your desires? Epictetus once said, "What troubles men is not things themselves, but the judgments they make about things." In other words, your inner peace doesn't depend on what happens to you, but on how you interpret what happens to you. And to change that interpretation, you must first know who you are, what you feel, what you think. Otherwise, you remain a prisoner of outside influences, of opinions, comparisons, and uncontrolled emotions. To know yourself is freedom. It is taking back the power over your own life. The Stoics practiced a simple yet powerful exercise, self-observation. Each day, they took a moment to reflect on their actions, their emotions, their thoughts. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, "When you are angry, remember that anger does not make you better. Observe it, and it will fade on its own." That's the first step. Observe without judging. When you feel a strong emotion, anger, fear, jealousy, sadness, don't fight it, don't deny it. Look at it, feel it, and ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What does it say about me? You cannot know yourself if you refuse to look at yourself honestly. And often, what we discover isn't always pleasant. But that's where true transformation begins. Because self-knowledge isn't about judging. It's about understanding. Understanding so you can grow. To know yourself is also to know what you truly value. What really matters to you. Deep down. Not what society, social media, or your family values. But what you see as right, essential, and aligned with your being. Seneca said, "No wind is favorable to one who does not know where he is going." As long as you ignore your values, you're carried away by the winds of others. You try to please, to succeed, to impress, without even knowing why. But when you know your values, you can say, "I choose this and I renounce that." And that's when you start living with coherence. Not in reaction, but with intention. Your values are your compass. They help you move forward even through the fog. Knowing yourself isn't a destination. It's a daily journey. Each day you change. Your thoughts change. Your emotions change. So every day, you must rediscover yourself. The Stoics practice 3 essential exercises. Morning reflection. Before starting the day, ask yourself, how do I want to react today? What attitude do I want to cultivate? Observation and action. When a difficult situation arises, breathe. Watch yourself reacting. And ask, does this reaction bring me closer to the person I want to be? Evening review. Before sleeping, look back at your day. Without judgment, simply ask, what did I do well? What could I have done better? These small moments, repeated each day, help you see more clearly. You become your own student and your own master. And that's where inner peace begins to take shape. Learning to know yourself is an act of courage because it requires sincerity, humility, and patience. But remember this, as long as you don't know yourself, you live half awake. And the day you begin to understand yourself, you become free. Free to choose, free to act, free to be. As Socrates said, an unexamined life is not worth living. So learn to examine yourself without fear. Learn to know yourself with gentleness. And you'll discover that the greatest journey is the one that begins within.